Hello students, today we are gonna discuss a very easy, interesting and scoring topic, that is report writing. This topic is quite scoring since you need follow the precautionary advices that I will guide you through the teaching of this topic. It is quite interesting too. And in this topic, report writing, we shall be talking about its format, its marking scheme, types of reports, content of a report, how to write a report with an example of a sample report, and use of tenses that we can use while writing a report. This one is quite important to focus on. And before we start report writing, I request you all to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my videos and share as well. So let's start report writing, and the very first thing to know is what is report writing. A report writing is always a fact-to-fact description of past events. Since it is a fact-to-fact description of past incident, programs, or accidents, so the key rule goes, it is always written in the past tense. So keep this key rule in your mind that it is always written in the past. You cannot make use of the present or future tense while writing a report. And before we start teaching of report writing, let's first talk about its marking scheme. How your report will be assessed in examination. You will get 1 mark for its format. Its format is quite simple. If you write the format only, you'll surely get 1 mark. Then its content is of 4 marks. However lengthy you make, it will carry only 4 marks. And the major division of 5 marks goes with expression. And subdivision of expression is like 2.5 marks for accuracy, word used, and spelling accuracy, and the rest of 2.5 marks will be judged with the relevance of matter and style of your writing a report. So students, let's start report writing. And report writing is of 2 types. There are 2 types, one newspaper report and second one magazine reports. Both reports are almost same, just a little bit difference between the format is there, and that difference is also too minor to be counted, but it is still important. Okay, let's move to format of a report. Format of a report is quite simple. Write the title of the report in the very first line, and in the second line write the name of the person who is writing the report. You may write like hyphen a report by Anuj, or simply hyphen and name of the report writer such as Anuj. Fine. And the third line you will leave blank, and then you will divide report into 3 paragraphs. The very first paragraph will be opening or introductory paragraph, in which you will introduce the report by giving brief answers to few WH questions, important WH questions, which will give the reader a gist of the report. And then in the second paragraph, the details of facts and figures will go. You can also say detailed answers of all WH questions and all necessary information that a reader would require to inquire. And finally, a concluding remark will be there. The report will end with a remark or comment by a report writer. So this is the common format of a report. As in the previous screen, we said that a report is of two types, one newspaper report and second one magazine reports. And we said that there is a little bit difference between their formats. So this is the format of a report that you must use for a magazine reports. And when you have to make a report for a newspaper, you have nothing to do but to add place, date, and a column. Then the rest of the things will remain as usual as in the format of a magazine reports. So what changes you gotta make between a magazine and a newspaper report? Magazine report will not have place and date, and a newspaper report will have a place, comma, date followed by a colon, and the rest of the things are same. And about its length, the length of a report will be from 150 to 200 words. And further, on the basis of the content matter of a report, we further divide it into two kinds. One, the reports based on some kind of event or functions of schools and colleges or other community functions, and second kind of reports that we keep in our separate categories are the kind of reports of accidents. Both have different kinds of value points, and I would advise you all to keep these value points in your mind so that you might find it easy to frame out the content matter of a report. And for your reference, I would love to read out these value points that you must keep in your mind while writing a report. I would advise you all to remember these all points. For the first kinds of reports that were based on event or functions, the value points will be name of the event, occasions, organizer, date, time, place, details of the events, chief guest, highlights, speech, cultural items, if any, word of thanks, etc. And finally, the concluding remark that would go in all kinds of reports. The accidents kinds of reports, types of accident, place, time, manner, persons of vehicles involved, details of casualties, descriptions of the accident site, role of police administration, eyewitnesses account, compensations announced, and concluding remark. Next, let's move to the sample reports. How to write a report. There are two examples of a report. One based on some functions or cultural item event, and second one is an accident kind of reports. Both the statements are given and both complete reports have been written here for your reference. Statement would go like, you are Ritesh, Rajesh, you have recently witnessed a road accident. Prepare a report for your newspaper in 150 to 200 words. So the title will go like, a ghastly road accident happened. And in the second line, the name of the person who is writing the report, and we have picked up Ritesh from the two given in the statement. Since it's a newspaper report, we have written here place and date, and then we have started our report. Yesterday evening, a ghastly road accident took place between a bus and a truck on Delhi Gurgaon Road around halfway due to the carelessness of the truck driver. See, in the introductory paragraph, we have answered to all necessary WH questions as to what happened, when happened, where happened, and why it happened. So, this is the kind of beginning that you'll have to give in the introductory paragraph. Means your introductory paragraph should cover up all necessary WH questions, answers related to the title of the report. So you are clear about the introductory paragraph. Now let's move to the second paragraph, in which you have to give the detailed explanations of the facts and figures about the report. It is well written here that you will answer to all WH questions in detail: what, how, when, where, why, and other necessary factual descriptions you will mention in the second paragraph. You may read out this full report, sample report. You might pause the video to read this report and this last one also, to have a better idea of the written content of both kinds of reports: reports based on some function and reports based on accident. Here's one thing to mention here that it's well clear that report is written in the past. Still, if some matter happens to be there in a report that belongs to some general truth, some universally accepted truth, then we must make use of the other tense also in that particular case only. Otherwise, we may all require to make use of the past tense only. We have picked up this sample report to clarify you about that use of the other tense in case of some general truths also. For example, here you may go to fourth paragraph and see the same happening in writing too. Speaker after speaker therefore spoke on the cruelties inflicted on animals and birds. One of them said, right from here, and notice the use of tenses, that horses, ponies, and oxen are among those animals whom we torture daily, and many species of animals and birds have gone extinct because of the cruel attitude of the human towards them. So this line is a generally accepted truth. So we have made use of the present tense here, but in all other cases you must use only the past tense. No other tense you can use while writing a report, but for this kind of exceptions that we have included in this sample report for your reference. Fine. You may read the full report. You might read the both of reports by pausing the video for better understanding. Let's now move to the final part of report writing, that is use of tenses. As right from the beginning, when it began with the key rule to write a report, you have been guided again and again that report writing must be in the past tense, not in the present or future. Still, some of the students might not be well clear just by listening to the statement to make use of past tense only and avoid the use of other tenses. So for those kinds of students, we have further made up a list of sentence patterns that you can use to further simplify the uses of tenses. So these two lists will make you more clear about the use of tenses, sentences that we can use and that we cannot use. So on your left side is the list of sentence structures, sentence patterns that you can use while writing a report, and on the right side is the list of sentences that you cannot use. So we can make use of second form of verb, was verb plus V1 ing pattern, had plus V3, could, would, might, should plus V1, was verb had plus 2 plus V1, had been plus V1 plus ing, was verb had plus an object. And we can make use of the passive forms of the above mentioned sentence structures as well. And on the left side is the list of sentence structures that you cannot use while making a report. You cannot make use of V1, V1s or es is MR plus V1 ing, has a plus V3, can, may, will, shall plus V1 is MR, has, have plus 2 plus V1, has a plus been plus V1 plus ing is MR, has, have plus object. And you cannot make use of the passive forms of the above sentence structures as well. So these are the two lists, really helpful two lists that you can figure out which sentence patterns that you should use and you should not use. And finally, thanks for watching the video, and I request you all again to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it will motivate us to make more videos, and hit like if you like the video and share with your friends. Thank you.